7355.
Tonight, several major stories as we come on the air. Nancy Pelosi is back as Speaker as Democrats take control of the House today. What she declared and what Pelosi said earlier when asked whether a sitting president can be indicted. And late this afternoon, President Trump and his surprise appearance in the White House briefing room. Also breaking, the dangerous police chase unfolding on live TV, the horror when the suspect runs over a person driving a scooter. That person survives, the suspect surrounded. New video just out tonight after that 7-year-old girl was shot and killed riding in the family car. Was it racially motivated? As they now search for the driver of this pickup, asking, has he struck before? The stock market dived today, Apple losing $74 billion in value today alone. What Apple CEO Tim Cook said and why it could rattle the market even more. The storm on the move tonight, the 21-car pileup. That system now set to head right into the Northeast. The deadly crash on the interstate. The images coming in now. The tractor trailer, several cars, and the explosion. The body of a missing college student who called 911, discovered waist deep in an icy marsh. The chilling hotel robbery, the armed suspect jumping the counter, holding the employee at gunpoint, his demand. And the crash that killed JFK Jr., his wife, and her sister. Tonight, here, the rare footage, the new interviews, nearly 20 years later.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. It is great to have you with us here on a Thursday night. We have a lot to get to tonight, but we're going to begin with that historic power shift in Washington. Democrats taking over the House and making history with the new makeup of Congress. Nancy Pelosi, the first woman to ever be Speaker of the House, now returning for her second run in the role, calling the session to order with her grandchildren, inviting all of the children and grandchildren in the chamber right up to the podium. Calling it a new dawn, Pelosi welcomed the most diverse group of representatives the Congress has ever seen. And in a surprise move late today, President Trump appearing in the White House briefing room with his own message for Speaker Pelosi. And a reminder tonight, despite the pageantry we saw today, it is now day 13 of the government shutdown. 800,000 Americans are waiting to get paid. Many others won't even get back pay. Mary Bruce leads us off from the Hill tonight.
With her grandchildren by her side, a beaming Nancy Pelosi made a triumphant return to power.
The next Speaker of the United States House of Representatives.
With the passing of the gavel, President Trump for the first time faces a divided Congress.
2 months ago, the American people spoke and demanded a new dawn. They called upon the beauty of our Constitution, our system of checks and balances that protects our democracy.
Pelosi herself making history for the second time.
I'm particularly proud to be the woman Speaker of the House of this Congress, which marks the 100th year of women having the right to vote.
There are now 102 women in Congress, more than ever before. Among them, the youngest female member, New York Democrat Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Their diversity is also historic. The first Muslim American congresswoman, Democrats Rashida Tlaib, who was sworn in on Thomas Jefferson's Quran, and Ilhan Omar, who came to the U.S. 23 years ago as a refugee from Somalia. Pelosi invoking Ronald Reagan to send a pointed message on immigration.
He said, if we ever close the door to new Americans, our leadership role in the world will soon be lost. Ronald Reagan. Your applause for Ronald Reagan.
Then she summoned her grandchildren to the podium.
Okay, do what we've all been waiting.
I now call the House to order on behalf of all of America's children.
Pelosi takes power on day 13 of the government shutdown, but at the White House in an impromptu visit to the briefing room, warm words from President Trump.
I just want to start off by congratulating Nancy Pelosi on being elected Speaker of the House. It's a very, very great achievement. And hopefully we're going to work together and we're going to get lots of things done like infrastructure and so much more.
But the battle lines are already drawn. Congressional Democrats, now armed with subpoena power, are preparing to investigate all aspects of the president's administration and campaign. And Pelosi's not ruling out that Trump could be indicted while still in office.
I think that is an open discussion. I think that is an open discussion in terms of the law.
So let's get to Mary Bruce live up on the Hill tonight, watching this all unfold today with us. And Mary, a lot of Americans also watching history play out. But likely also asking, when are you going to get the government back open? 800,000 workers waiting to be paid. As I mentioned before, many others won't get back pay. And another meeting now set at the White House for tomorrow?
Yes, but David, so far talks are going nowhere. And today the president is again digging in, insisting he will build his wall, even though Democrats say that's simply not going to happen. Despite all this, the two sides are going to sit down at the White House tomorrow and go another round. David.
Mary Bruce leading us off. Thank you, Mary. We're going to turn next here tonight to the horrific scene playing out late today, much of it on live TV in California. A suspect being chased when he runs over a driver on a scooter. That driver survived. The suspect they were chasing, then surrounded a short time ago, taken into custody. Again, as I mentioned, the driver did survive, but it is difficult to watch. And ABC's Kana Whitworth from Los Angeles now.
A pursuit underway. It's been going on for some time.
The high-speed chase on one of America's busiest freeways, starting with police pursuing this car with a hole in its rear window. Police cruisers keeping their distance when the red, older model Honda Civic plows down a person riding a scooter in the middle of the road. The force shattering the windshield.
You can see police in close pursuit.
Police now moving in, attempting to take out the vehicle using a pit maneuver. But the driver takes off again.
Getting volatile, dangerous, and the suspect not giving in.
Police trying 3 more times in 3 minutes.
He's pulling up on the side here. Bam! Yes, and he spins him out.
At one point, police approach the car on foot, guns drawn, but he takes off. Finally, more than 3 hours later and 2 counties away, officers using a canine to pull the driver out and take him into custody. David, the person on the scooter is expected to be okay. The driver of the car likely facing several charges, including assault with a deadly weapon. David?
All right, Kana Whitworth tonight. Kana, thank you. There are also breaking developments at this hour in the manhunt for that killer near Houston who fired on a family in a car, killing a 7-year-old girl simply riding with her mom and her siblings. Police just releasing new surveillance video. This is it tonight of the red pickup truck seen driving away. And a new sketch of the suspect tonight. The family saw in that truck the children actually helping to describe him. Tonight, investigators want to know, was this a racially motivated attack, and did this suspect strike before? Here's ABC's Will Carr from Houston.
Tonight, new images of the red truck and the man who police believe shot and killed 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes.
We're continuing to proceed with different strategies to try to find this coward of a killer.
What is your message to the man who killed your daughter?
We're not going to stop looking for you, and it'll be so much easier for everybody if you would just turn yourself in.
Investigators say Jasmine's mother was driving in West Houston with her 4 daughters Sunday when a man in a red truck pulled up and unprovoked started shooting.
Hold on, Jazz.
Killing Jasmine and injuring her mother.
He intentionally killed my child for no reason.
Now at home, the little girl's mother believes the shooting was a hate crime that has left a surviving daughter shell-shocked.
She haven't dropped a tear, and it scares me. It scares me because I don't know what's going on in her head.
Just an awful story. Will Carr with us from Houston tonight. And Will, authorities are now investigating whether this could be connected to a similar shooting in 2017. An African-American man was randomly shot by a white man in a pickup truck, and they never solved that case.
That's right, David. Tonight, the sheriff says there's no direct connection at this point, but he does say they're taking another hard look at that 2017 case to be 100% sure that they don't have a serial shooter on the streets here in Houston. David.
All right, Will Carr tonight. Thanks, Will. Next to the stock market dive today after the bombshell news from Apple disappointing sales, and that news then leading to the company losing $74 billion in value today alone. The Dow closing down 660 points. That's down 2.8%. And tonight, why Apple CEO Tim Cook and his explanation, his words might rattle investors even more. ABC's Whit Johnson on Wall Street tonight.
Tonight, a grim outlook for tech giant Apple. Their stock plummeting 10% today, erasing more than $74 billion in value. The drop roiling markets, helping to drag down the Dow by 660 points. It all started when CEO Tim Cook announced Apple expects to miss its first quarter revenue projections by $5 billion. The first time in 16 years, blaming poor iPhone sales in China.
What I believe to be the case is the trade tensions between the United States and China put additional pressure on their economy.
Still, in the last 24 hours, President Trump not acknowledging tensions with China, instead projecting confidence.
We had a little glitch in the stock market last month, but it's still up, I guess, around 30% from the time I got elected. And it's going to go up once we settle trade issues.
Whit Johnson with us live tonight from the New York Stock Exchange with this news from Apple that sales slowed down. Tim Cook, obviously, moments ago there, pointing to the U.S. trade battle with China. And many believe Tim Cook's words will likely add to nervousness on Wall Street.
David, that's right. Tim Cook's words will likely add to the brewing fears of a global economic slowdown, fueled in part by trade tensions between the U.S. and China. Today, Apple dropping to the 4th most valuable company in the world. It was number 1 on that list for a time last year. David?
Whit Johnson live on Wall Street tonight. Thank you, Whit. Next here to the winter storm and treacherous travel tonight. In fact, AAA responding to 1,000 calls in Oklahoma alone. That system now headed for the East Coast and then right up into the Northeast. Multiple accidents on icy roads in Oklahoma City, a 21-car pileup in Tulsa. We're told at least 4 people have been killed. Also heavy rain in Houston, flash flood alerts across several Gulf states tonight. As I mentioned, the system is on the move, so let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee. She's tracking it all for us. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, David. This storm has already dropped at least 4 inches of snow in Oklahoma, just south and west of Oklahoma City. And schools are already closing for a second day in that same area. It's called Chattanooga, Oklahoma. But either way, this low pressure system, now we have to focus in on the rain part of it. It's smothering Mississippi, about to head into New Orleans, and Atlanta also finds themselves in a flash flood watch. The rain for you, Atlanta and North Georgia, going to hit tomorrow morning when everybody's in their drive time. Down through the panhandle of Florida, you get those strong storms. And right here in the Northeast, by Saturday, David, we get an inch or 2.
But as you mentioned, a rough drive in the morning. Be careful out there. Ginger, thank you. In the meantime, next to the American man held in Moscow's most infamous dungeon, tonight he's now been formally charged with being a spy. A Russian lawyer working for Paul Whelan, a former U.S. Marine, says he will fight the charges. But this question tonight, is this all an effort by the Russians to get an exchange for someone here? ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz again tonight.
Tonight, reports Russia officially bringing espionage charges against Paul Whelan, accusing the former Marine of being an American spy. Whelan now held in isolation in a notorious Moscow prison. His lawyer calling the charges baseless. Still, he believes Whelan will be convicted to facilitate a prisoner exchange, possibly for Maria Butina, now locked in a Virginia detention center after pleading guilty to being a Russian agent. A Russian news site with ties to the security services claims Whelan was caught with a classified list of Russian operatives, saying that Whelan had been spying for the U.S. for 10 years, trying to recruit Russians through internet chat rooms and social media. Whelan's lawyer is speculating that surveillance began long before Maria Butina pleaded guilty, but it certainly seems more than a coincidence that they arrested Whelan now, with some American officials believing this is strictly retaliation and that Whelan was an easy target because of his travels to Russia. David?
All right, Martha Raddatz reporting live tonight. Thank you, Martha. Next this evening, the ABC News exclusive. The ABC News special later tonight, the last days of John F. Kennedy Jr. And right now, rare footage and new reporting on the fateful decisions made that night. Here's ABC's Deborah Roberts.
John F. Kennedy Jr. and his love, Carolyn, felt the glare of the spotlight from the very start.
Clearly, if you look back on it now with the benefit of all these years, they were under stress even before they got married.
There was one particularly revealing moment when they were dating and on the beach, and suddenly they encountered the paparazzi.
Come on, John. Do that. Don't come up to my girlfriend when she's on the beach alone and start taking photographs of her.
When you have a partner who's not used to this, and she didn't ask for this.
That made John angry.
One of their only escapes, the sky, even though flying with John initially made Carolyn nervous.
She was very reluctant to fly with John in the beginning. She complained constantly about it.
But toward the end, she started to like it. That's the only time they were ever alone.
And in July of 1999, JFK Jr. left New Jersey in his small plane with his wife and her sister Lauren heading to a family wedding.
He was pushing the envelope in the sense that he reached the point where he could fly at night, perhaps before he really should have done it.
I saw the 3 of them before the flight. I saw the pre-flighting of the airplane. I saw them get in the airplane. John actually took off at 8:38 p.m. and it was just about getting dark.
I flew out of Teterboro the same night at almost the same